हरिः ॐ शन्नो मित्रस्यं वरुणः शं नो भवत्वर्यमा शं न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शं नो विष्णुरुक्रमः नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्म वदिष्यामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Now we are going into the personality level. Don't think personality level is the final level. It is better than the individual level. That's what we have to understand. Okay. We have to practice to purify ourselves, to make our journey much more faster in the spiritual journey. We have to follow certain things. This is what Master is writing here. We have to practice charity. All of you know what is charity, right? Consideration. Consideration means if something by somebody wrong to us, we should have the consideration to excuse them. Or somebody creates some problem to us, immediately we need not create problems to them, or we need not be so angry or upset with that. It's a consideration. After all, human beings to do mistakes is very common. To do crime is not so common, but to do mistakes is very common. Weak people are there and motivated people are there. We have to consider about the weak people, not the motive. Somebody does anything with a bad motive, we need not consider about it. But somebody does something with weakness or emotion, not with any bad or evil motive, and we can consider. So somebody asks some help, which we can do. It is in our hands. Then we can consider that. Somebody requests something, we can consider that. If it is within our reach, if it is not harmful, it is helpful to them, then we can consider and we can help. Like that, the consideration. Human feelings and tolerance. What is human feelings? Human feelings is nothing but love. And it's a wonderful word given by Alice Sebeli in her books, loving understanding. This is a wonderful word, loving understanding. Even if you want to understand somebody, we have to understand with our love, that not an intellectual understanding. That we have to practice it, right? And tolerance. Tolerance is the final word in yoga or in any walk of life. If a person with tolerance is different from the person with non-tolerance. So, unless the Saturn in the horoscope is very strong, having good aspects of Jupiter or Mercury or some other planet, we can't expect tolerance from the other planets. Sun is not so tolerant, is a hard planet. Mars, it is not tolerant, it is a very aggressive planet. Jupiter, the people with wisdom, they can think with all their wisdom. But tolerance means it is a quality of the perseverance, and tolerance is the quality of the Saturn, positive Saturn, right? But we practice these virtues only to market them. We become better only to market our virtues. Whenever others ask me, why are you behaving sincerely? Why are you speaking the truth? Why are you faithful to others? My answer is, I too want that they should be faithful to me. That is the only use I know about virtues at first. This is called commercial value of virtues. All the other things are the charity is a virtue. Showing human feelings is a virtue. Tolerance is a virtue. Showing love on others is a virtue. Helping others is a virtue. All these are virtues. So in the personality level also, they have a lot of virtues. People who are in the personality level, they have a lot of virtues. Somebody comes to us, suppose if I am donating a lot of money to others, okay, or I am giving classes, or you are giving classes, or you are giving charity. Somebody come to us and why are you doing all these charities and all this food, feeding the food and giving the clothes and helping them for the studies. for the marriages, for their jobs, for their health. What for all you are all doing? Then the people on the personality level says, if I give something to the people, I will get some punya, good luck. If I help somebody, when I am in need, they will also come to my rescue and they will also help me when I am in a problem. You understand? When I talk to them lovely, and they will also talk to them very lovely. It is like an exchange. That's why Master given as a name, commercial value of virtues. This is what we call commercial value of virtues. They do good things. They give charity. They help people. They do all the things. What for? They are expecting the returns from others. So they complain after some time. I helped many people in my life when they are in a helpless state. Now I am in a helpless state. I need help from others and nobody is coming forward to help me. So I realize we should not help anybody. We have to keep our money with us. We have to keep everything for us, for our future. We should not depend on anybody on this earth. All the virtues and helping, all sacrifice, all these are nonsense. So finally, after doing lot of service to the people, he come to a conclusion. When somebody doesn't help him, he come to this conclusion. That is what Master is telling here. We have to understand one very important thing is, whatever we do the good deeds in the name of the virtues, it is not for the usefulness of the world, but it is for the purification of our intentions and tendencies. Because if we wouldn't be ready to do the good deed, some other fellow would do and do it better. This is the very important thing to understand. We are doing something good means it is not just helping the people or helping the world, it is just to purify ourselves. If you don't need that good deed, somebody will do that. So, frankly speaking, if we are not prepared to use the opportunity to help somebody in this world, means we are losing one opportunity to help the people. The God and nature or planets or the society, whatever it may be, when we had an opportunity to serve the people in some way or other, means we are utilizing the opportunity given to us in a proper way at the right time. Suppose if we won't do it, somebody will do it, we miss the opportunity. This is the way you have to understand when you are doing the good things, but we should not develop any ego as if we are serving the people and nobody is coming forward to help the people. I am the only man who helped the people. We should not entertain this thought. That is what Master is telling. That is always the truth of life. This is always the truth of life. This is what Master is telling here. Since it is nature that gives us a chance to do the same good deed, we have to do scientifically, understand very carefully that it is an opportunity for us to purify our vehicles and our emotions by doing good deed. Master is telling we have to understand scientifically. Why? Because when we are doing good deeds, means indirectly we are being purified. Our thoughts and emotions and so many things will be purified and we will become pure because we are getting that benefit out of doing some good service. So this is what we have to understand very carefully. Master is telling we have to understand it scientifically. So the virtues are understood in a different sense once we reach a higher level. The way we understand about the virtues, we understand in a different level. That we have to understand here. When we are in the individual level, we understand the virtues are, we do some good thing and expect the same good thing or same love or same help from others at the same point. When we come to the personality level, and our understanding levels will be also increased, and then we will try to understand. So God has given me the opportunity to serve the people, then it is my duty to serve the people. And indirectly what happens, our emotions and all the other small things which are very dangerous to us, there are limitations in our life. We will cross all of them automatically by doing something good to others without expecting anything from others. I will tell you one important, interesting thing. Not interesting, very, very important teaching of the Master. Try to do a good thing in your life at least 1 hour a day or 1 day in a week or a month. It depends. Depends upon our time, upon our job, and upon our health conditions, and upon our financial conditions, and so many things are there. So keep some time in your life to do some good work which is useful to the society. Spare some time for that and do it continuously. But the thing is, we have to do it without expecting anything from that good work what we are doing. This is the condition here. We have to do some good work continuously, whether it is 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, whatever it may be. Select some good work which is useful to the people or society or to the nation or to the nature, whatever it may be. Do it without any expectation from others. Do it very happily. This is the main important point to an aspirant to go further into the spiritual journey or into the path of the masters. This is what he trained. This is the way he trained all of us when we are so young. At one stage you will be surprised. Suppose he gives us a work to 3 or 4 people. He used to ask us to complete this work 10 days or 1 day or 15 days. Depends. Then we are all 20 years or 21 years age group at that time. I am speaking about 1980s. Then what Master CK used to give the work, and he was doing his work. By any reason, 1 or 2 people dropped because of their ill health or some other problems. In generally what happens in the offices, when the office 10 people are working and 2 people are on leave, the manager says you have to, all the other 8 people, you have to distribute their work also and you have to complete the same time. So generally who are doing in the offices, they feel very burdened, they feel stress because they have to do the work of the other 2 people also. They have to take the responsibility also. They have to complete the work in the same time. But you will be surprised when 2 people dropped due to some reason. We used to feel very happy. Why? Because we can also share their work. We used to feel it is an opportunity for us to prove ourselves, to complete the extra work also in the same time. So this is the difference between ordinary thinking pattern and the spiritual thinking pattern. You remember that. We should not feel any stress out of it. Here there is a secret. When we undertake any amount of work with a sense of responsibility, above that, allow to do that work. That is very important. Take up the work with the responsibility is one thing. Take up the work with all the love. A good feeling. You know what happens? The same work we can complete or we will complete within a shorter time with more and more perfection. If there is no love to do that work, if you don't like that work, you know what happens? The same work we take a lot of time, at the same time, without perfection. And somebody will come and he will rectify the work, and he will comment as they will give complaints against us to the authorities. All these things happen because lacking of love and concern about taking the responsibility in a positive way. These are the things. This is what we experienced in our life. We used to work for 18 hours a day, sometimes 20 hours a day with Master E.K. We never had any feeling of hunger or thirst or weakness or lethargy. Nothing like that. We used to be very, very happy even though we work for 20 hours a day continuously. Why? Because it is not just presence of the Master, it is also the love to do the work. We feel that we are doing some service to the people which is very useful to them. They feel very happy. We feel very happy because the people, they feel very happy. This is the wonderful way of dealing with the works. This is what Master explained here. So, in the first stage, the virtues are only for marketing, so that we begin to misbehave where we are strong. If it is a life of mutual values and in the language of Buddha, in the first stage we do with some selfish attitude or some selfishness or some marketing the virtues like that. So what happens? Sometimes there is a possibility to misbehave when we are doing the good things. A wonderful saying of Buddha, Master is telling here, it is a life of mutual values, and in the language of Buddha, it is a beautiful garden of flowers, where every flower showers its fragrance upon you, and you are permitted to go around the garden. But the moment you place your finger on the flower, Buddha says that there is a little serpent under the flower, and the moment you touch the flower, the serpent gives its sting. This is how Buddha represented it. Master is telling here, it is like a flower of beautiful, a garden with beautiful flowers, beautiful colors, and the wonderful fragrance. If you go to the flower and touch the flower to take the flower out of the plant, immediately you will find a small serpent under the flower, and you will get the what Master said, what Buddha said. You are permitted to go around the garden, but the moment you place your finger on the flower, Buddha says, then there is a little serpent under the flower, and the moment you touch the flower, this serpent gives its sting. It will bite you. It is sting. That's why what is picking up the flower from the tree? It is a desire. It is a possessiveness. Trying to own it. We should not do it. That's what Master is telling. Lord Krishna says, you can work, that is in your hands, but don't expect the results. Leave the results to me. To me means I am consciousness. So this is what Master explained here. Very well. We have to understand that. Whenever we do some work, do some good work and forget about it, and go to some other good work and do the good work, forget about it. But don't expect to enjoy something out of it, to get something out of it, to possess something out of it. Don't do it. That is Master told here. So then we go to the soul level in the next lecture. We go further into the personality level a little bit. It is very important. It is the planetary stage of personality development. We receive many thousands of stings from many thousands of little serpents. That is, we misunderstand many responsibilities as privileges, and every time end up penalizing ourselves. During that period, the planets are working not as fate makers, but as police officers of our city. Here, Master is giving a caution. Master is giving a caution here. What is the caution? In the stage of the planetary personality level, a development in the planetary stage, how planets work. We may get many stings, thousands of stings from thousands of little serpents, because every time when we do something, we expect something in return. That is the sting of the serpent. So we should do something as a responsibility or with love or care or concern, but not with any expectations. Master has given a very beautiful example here. Suppose in a town where we are living, there is a police officer who is very friendly with us. So whenever we meet the police officer, he smiles at us and he comes to a restaurant to have some coffee or tea, whatever it may be, because we are very good friends. One day, all of a sudden, we commit some mistake or we commit something against the law. Then the next day, the same police officer come to our house and take us to the prison or to the court of law. So we cannot comment on the police officer because he put us in the prison or he presented before the court the same police officer who was our friend one day before. This is not the problem with the police officer, this is the problem with our behavior. Again, the same police officer, if we are released from the police station or from the court as innocent, because sometimes they will also consider the case because he does it with an emotion or with some urge, but there are no big motives behind the case, then generally they will give some small punishment and leave it, and they warn us don't do it again. Then the same police officer, after 1 week, if you meet him in the road, again he smiles. So what happens? He acted according to our behavior, not according to his behavior. That is his duty to work like that. Exactly, the planets also work in the same way. That is what Master is trying to tell us. When we are doing the good deeds, the charity or consideration or showing love with care and concern, all these things, the planets also help us like the police officers. When we do something against to the nature or against to the law, against to the nation, then definitely we will get the punishments. Then the planets appear before us as the police officers with a gun in their hands to punish us. That is what Master explained about the personality level. And then our next lesson we will go to the soul level. Swasti prajabhya paripalayantam nyayena margena mahim mahishaha gobrahmanebhya somastu nityam loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.